guys, thanks for joining us. I'm Carrie.
Hi, and I'm Casey.
If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. And we're glad that you came back to come and see us. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit, slow it down a little bit as far as activity goes and conversation. This is stuff that I usually don't talk about. I love talking about all sorts of everything else, everybody else. I love working on everybody else. Don't love talking about myself. It's a little hard. I'll do it with him.
This is true.
I'll do it with you privately, but only after really dig it out of me, which is great. Which I'm very, very, very grateful for. So today what we're going to be talking about is, over the last couple of months, Casey and I haven't been here. We've not been able to film. We've not been able to connect with you guys. We haven't been able to really talk about teaching and what's going on with us as far as astral realm goes, not just physically. And there's a reason for it, and a big part of it of that is finding out over the last couple of months that I have cancer. This is something that I was officially diagnosed at the same time that the pandemic first happened, when all of the shutdowns happened. On the same time when I was officially diagnosed, work shut down, the world shut down, pretty much with the pandemic, as far as being able to do, work and whatnot. I'm a barber outside of this, but I also do professional, psychic medium readings, and obviously we go on site, we clear houses, we're very, very much two very full-time jobs. Both of those really came to a very much halt when being officially diagnosed with this. The type of cancer that I have is called neuroendocrine cancer, and that is the kind that I had was in my lung. It's a very rare type of a lung cancer. It was very, very aggressive type of cancer that is quick to move to other areas, but only if it was the type of cancer that I actually had. This is my second round with cancer as well, and I'm nowhere near being done with it. But it has been extremely humbling. I've had uterine cancer in the past, but that was able to resolve itself in a lot of ways. I feel like it's probably gone to other areas, but that's a totally different topic. But even right now, I'm a little bit short of breath, and that's because with this cancer, they had to remove more than half of my left lung with 3/4 of my bronchial tubes, all of the lymph nodes. I had 3 very deadly surgeries. They went through my ribs, removed a rib. Yay! Hopefully you have it.
Sign me up for that rib removal.
So much fun. And then with that, I ended up having to do those 3 surgeries in 2 weeks. But I'm going to back up there. As far as finding out that I had cancer, that was something, I'm going to back up to the story of where that happened. Over a year ago, I was in the hospital with pneumonia, and I didn't realize that I had pneumonia at that time. And they were looking for all sorts of things that were wrong with me at that time that were extremely deadly. And incidentally, they had found a tumor in my left lung. And at the time, I didn't have health insurance, and I continued to work and just focus on the part that I kept on having numerous bouts of pneumonia and being extremely sick, but pretending like I'm not sick while I'm working. Working my 80 hours and also doing the other job and just ignoring this health issue. Professionally, I'm a beard master. I love trimming beards and all that, and that's wonderful. So on Casey's beard, absolutely magical. It does have superpowers, absolutely, that is it. Anyway, one of my clients, my beard clients, reminded me that I needed to go get that checked. What I told him was that I knew about it, and that also as a professional psychic medium, I had been doing a lot of readings over that year with my tumor being there, and I haven't really talked to anybody that I had that knowing it was growing, and I could literally, as doing what I do, I could feel and see it growing, and I've been keeping that very quiet as well as all the other health issues that I have going on. One of the clients that I had, I did a reading for probably about 3 months or so after the initial find of that tumor in my lung, when I was doing the reading, her father had crossed over. And so that was the gentleman that was coming through when I was doing the reading for her. And during readings, the loved ones on the other side, the people that we talk to on the other side, they like to tell us as mediums how they died, and they're very specific with what it feels like, where they had died, who was around them, what the crossing over was like for them, and so forth. And for me, in that conversation while relating to the daughter, the person who I was doing the reading for, the dad was telling me that he had lung cancer. And so I'm describing that to, he's telling me his chest really hurts and all the symptoms of what it was like for him dying of lung cancer. And I'm relaying that to his daughter. And he says to me, but you already know what that feels like because you have lung cancer as well. I'm not going to tell the client that at that time because that was not a message that was meant for her. It was something to relate with me. But I'll tell you, that really shook me. So I've been sitting with that for over a year, knowing that I had that. And for me, I knew because of feeling what his lung cancer was like that I actually did have lung cancer. So with that, I kept that kind of a secret or low key for a long time until right about the pandemic time, one of my beard clients had talked me into going in and getting that checked. And he really, on that part, saved my life on that. Because turned out, I went in and got that looked at, and that tumor had grown significantly. And it looked like it moved to all of my lymph nodes, to the genes that had metastasized. And so that information, finding that out, was, let me tell you, humbling. You get those ideas that the world is just flashing before you. Everything in your life is just like, everything's just flashing. And at that time, yourself is going, wait a second, hold on, we don't know exactly what's really going on here. Wait, don't quantify this exactly just yet until you have all of the information. So while you have sit with that, and then also being a human going, oh my gosh, your mind is reeling, I'm gonna die, and blah, 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 blah. Reality is also there. And thankfully, Casey has been just like everything in this. It has been so humbling to be as raw as that I've had to be. And then it turned out that, yes, that doing all the other tests, the PET scan and everything else, and then the biopsy, that yes, this was in fact cancer and it had metastasized. Then everything starts coming in, the world is closing down because of everything going on in the world, going, how am I going to live through this? This is something, am I going to have to do all these XYZ things? Am I going to see my family? How long am I going to do this? And all that, it's extremely humbling. And while the world is shut down, too, they're not allowing these surgeries right now. They're not allowing people to go get treated for their cancer until everything started to settle down. So with mine, at first they put it aside, saying, okay, we'll wait until the pandemic slows down, and then we'll do her surgery then. But then I had a lot of doctors go in and root for me and swoop me up and say, no, hell no, you're not waiting. The type of cancer that I had turned out to be very aggressive. And they pushed me ahead and actually did the surgery and did the stuff that they needed to treat my cancer despite what was going on in the world. But let me just tell you, as a psychic medium, as a mom, as a human, as a woman, where we are, everything that we've been going through in the world, it is the most frightening thing to ever experience. It really is. I'm just going to be basic truth there. This whole cancer has been extremely frightening to face. However, there's too much to look forward to. There's too much to do in this world to really, you can either get into that really dark spot or even just the spot of your mind is reeling on, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? That's where community comes in. That's where having somebody who is close to you comes in. That's where my soul, my love comes in, my twin flame who really pushes me through and helps bring me back into the world and settle down into peace and focus into, okay, let's look at really what's on your cards carried. What is it that you're seeing? Show me the way what your guides are telling you. Show me what's going on with you. Let's talk real about this. Let me look through all of the stuff that's in your hands and on your shoulders. Let me help you sort that out. And with his ability to look and see what it is that I'm going to receive discernment, see what's actual discernment, and also that third eye to be able to read as well, and him give me readings as well has been remarkably profound. That just doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen with every couple, and I can't say how lucky and grateful that I am to have him. This has just been very brutal. There was one time that we were in the kitchen, and this is just before I was going to have those surgeries. Just before. I mean, I don't care who you are, what you are going through. Cancer is frightening. It's frightening. And it's different for everybody. It's a different piece for absolutely everybody. And not one is better or worse than the other. My story is not better or mine bigger than yours or different or yours bigger than mine. This is my story. But I'm here to encourage your story as well, and let you know that you are not alone. That's why being vulnerable to me, that's why I'm okay with being vulnerable and opening up in my story, because otherwise I won't. I'll shut down. I'll keep it all buried inside. But going back here, there was a time that we were in the kitchen and I was, again, about ready to do the surgery, and I'm melting. I'm crying. I'm like, okay, this is fine. This is like one of the first time if you see me ugly girl cry, I'm just like, my nose is snotty and everything. I'm just like standing in the kitchen, and he's telling me, I put myself back together, and he's like telling me, look, well, this is the time, that you're going to be going through a lot. And he was pretty detailed in our, I'm going to call it a reading in the kitchen. And it was one of the first times that you've done an actual reading, and it was the time where I could see where his frequencies were going, but this was different than him being personal work. I'm going to give you a basic one-to-one chat. I'm going to get you off of that high ledge, take you off of that, and put you down. This was more than that from him. This was feeling him in astral realm, knowing that his words were not just coming from his own intellect, that it was coming from a frequency and seeing guides literally around him. This was the first time I saw him do this. And him tapping that frequency, matching into mine, and listening to guides mine and his and everything else around, and his words coming out from that. Okay, let me just tell you, that's a really special moment. That's a really, really special moment. It's a special moment as a partner, as being his partner. It's a special moment as a woman to have somebody be able to not just sit next to you and walk in life with you, but also to be able to tap into that frequency as well and say, look, I'm going to go above and beyond us and listen to guides and listen to the universe and talk about what your soul actually needs right now from this minute. And he was right. That's the thing, is that he was right. And when he was speaking, I could feel that. And I was like, after he was done speaking, my tears were gone. All I could feel was, wow, that was your first reading. And that shook me. That shook me in a good way. It helped so much. I'm just saying. So with that, our journey really started too, as far as how difficult being in the hospital for that long. I was in the hospital altogether for a month at one short time. This surgery that I had, they were able to get rid of the cancer out of my lung. Yay, yay. But that doesn't mean I'm totally cleared. That every couple of months I have to go in for CAT scans and get it rechecked, and if anything pops up, more surgery. With my type of cancer, you don't necessarily do chemo and radiation, and I personally couldn't take it as is. It would more likely than not kill me on the spot. But so we do surgeries after surgeries to remove whatever it is. The unfortunate thought of that is that my body doesn't do well with surgeries. It did before. I've had numerous other surgeries, no big deal. But this one was different. During the actual, what it's called is a lobectomy. The lobectomy, they removed all that lung area. After that, I developed a severe infection. They released me 2 days afterwards, which, you know, is a normal time to be released. But for whatever reason, my body, I developed sepsis. It was absolutely frightening. Everything just swelled up. Everything was just this terrible wound, and I had a very, I almost died in the hospital there. It was horrible. It was horrible. That was the first time for me that I had ever seen. Well, even in this direction, I've had other near-death experiences from earlier times of my life. That's part of how my mediumship is alive so often, you know, because I am always living in death as well as life. But this situation when I was in the hospital and I had sepsis and everything, all my numbers were really scary, everything, it was just very deadly at that time, is when the other side came through too, and my guides were there and had asked me if I wanted to cross over. You know, he said, if you want to go, you can go if you need to, and it'll be okay, because everything will be taken care of. And physically at that time, you literally feel like you're going to die, and you know that your body is just a matter of free will and choice if you want to stay or go at that point. And it was shown to me too of upcoming things, you know, that Casey and I need to do in this world, as far as raising vibrations and all the missions that we have on a really hard case. Obviously, children and stuff come up with that too, but you kind of look and see during that time of, you always think you know what you're looking for. You really do. You think in your life, okay, at some point you get it figured out of what exactly you're living for. Somehow you string it down, it becomes an occupation, it becomes a heart song, it becomes a mission in your life. You always think you know what it is that you're living for at some point in your life. But the truth is, you never really know what you're really living for until you're about ready to die. And that's facts right there. Anybody who's ever been in that situation knows that is facts. You never know what you're really living for until you face death. That is true. And that is really, really up my game as far as that goes. At that point, deciding to stay, and I'll cover that whole really of what exactly happened. It was really powerful and scary and wonderful at the same time, because of knowing that I have that choice. It really kind of helped to make me fight even harder. And all of the things that happened with my wound too, I shouldn't have healed, I shouldn't have been out of the hospital, I shouldn't have everything. I still have an open wound on my side.
It looks like a hatchet wound.
It's pretty awesome. I've literally gone through hell and back, and we've been fighting demons literally while this is happening. Casey has really gone to bat for me, separately with me, as far as fighting demonic to keep myself safe, to keep him safe, to keep our journey safe. It has just been incredible, and his gifts have opened up with it too, because of the part that we're able to tune into each other, and he's really seeing what's going on in his world. He's his guides, everything is just opened up so clearly. They were there before, but everything is open so much for you right now. And when we were in the hospital, one of the floors that they put me on was pretty funny. They put me on a really old, it used to be a psych ward, which is, you know, in other videos that we've done one on people watching online, where you go into a building and feel the areas and feel the vibrations and entities that are currently in that area. Well, one of the places that they put me in, like I said, was on an area that used to be a mental psych ward. Sorry, when you are a psychic medium and you do that to somebody, you're going to see absolutely everything. So you're sick, you're in between, you're in between life and death, you can see absolutely everything. And because this guy is also my twin flame, he's seeing everything there too, which is phenomenal. I'll tell you, that's that people watching me, you know, and you know, he's walking with me, and I'm walking up and down the halls And literally, I'm not even supposed to be able to walk that long. They're like trying to hang on, let's go, let's go, let's go. How do you get back in bed? No. And the truth is I want to go people watch. I want to go with him and go people watch. I feel like there is just such a push on that. You know, you tell them about in the bathroom that janitor.
Oh, I was in the bathroom at the hospital and in
The main room, not my hospital room itself. So that picture like that.
yeah, I was down the hall from the rooms.
Yeah.
And I had an employee that walked in there that used to work there. He was a janitor there for a long time. For some reason, he picked that time to come and introduce himself while I was sitting down, and
Yeah, as I usually do, though.
they have no shame.
They don't care. They don't care if you're going to the bathroom. You're like, cool, you're vulnerable. You can hear me now.
Yeah, they don't care. He was just excited that somebody was seeing him and that somebody was acknowledging his presence and that, just that somebody was seeing him.
Right. So when you're in places like this too, it's these entities come up. So Casey's like having to go to an area that is a common area. It's not my group. And for him to be in that vulnerable spot of like an entity comes in there, and I can literally see what's going on in there too. And there was a janitor who worked in that floor on the mental ward who kept track of everybody and was able to fact check all of that. So that's really, really interesting that happened. You know,
Actually, that happened a couple times during my stay there.
Right. What was another side?
The other guy was the other entity was that tweaker name.
Tell me about that. We'll tell them about it.
It was this guy that died from an overdose. In the bathroom, of course.
Oh, bathroom.
Yeah,
Was it the same one or was it a different floor?
it was a different floor.
There was two places that we stayed on. There was a mental ward and then there was a really difficult mental ward, and both of those had that on it. But those bathrooms, like, yeah, when you go in there, you know, you can't. We were, we're not the only people who are seeing them. Obviously, you hear from the nurses, all the activity that goes on in that specific hospital. But honestly, that's going to happen everywhere just because of the history of those places, and you have all those energies. But it's just really interesting when you're staying as a patient to be able to see and talk, and especially with him, when you see that, talk about exactly what it was, what we saw, then go and fact check that of what happened in those buildings.
We saw entities walking from room to room. We saw
Yeah.
angelic figures,
Yeah.
guardian angels that were with patients that were in the room with them, each of them were, trying to provide healing and comfort for them.
Laying hands,
Yes.
all that energy blasting on them. One of the other floors that I stayed on because of the severity of this was a floor that was meant for people that were really sick and very bad open wounds, and it was a really ugly floor. It had just a lot of it was not just lots of hatchet wounds like I had, and just kind of open wounds, like things like big, like me, look at that, and somebody else was like, no, I really don't want to see that. That's gross. But that wasn't what that floor was designed for. It's like a big health kind of area. So seeing those entities that are in those rooms and angels just literally swarm around the room, seeing people, and just laying their energy. It was so amazing to see that and share those experiences with them. And wow, that's happening to you. I'm like, oh, I've got tubes all over me, and drainage tubes for my lung, and just non-stop things happening. I wasn't supposed to be able to do the stuff that I did. I did, and healing for this it was remarkable. It was remarkable, and we'll talk about that in a different segment. But the cancer has been difficult. Just to wrap that around, this whole experience has been very difficult. I'll never be the same again as far as where I was before having even right now, I'm losing breath just talking about it. But I want to continue doing this because it's so important. And I know that there's other people like us that are out there. So we hope that you'll keep your strength and know what it is that you're living for. And if you don't, please examine that. You know, those things can take a while, and that's okay. But it's really important that you really find your light and share your light, and know that when you're going through some kind of darkness, you have a choice too to really dig into where your light is and share that with others, and to really magnify that light in them, even if you can, even if it's really small, even if it's from your own family, even if it's just walking into the grocery store and talking to the clerk. You have that power, and you have that power to look within yourself too, and receive that light too, because you're not alone as far as entities around you. You're not alone as far as your guardians and your angels and higher ups and God and Creator, whatever belief system that you believe in. You're not alone, but you're right in your own belief system and in that spiritual aspect, which we're great to talk about. Anyway, it is really, really important for you to connect, because that's where your purpose does come out. That's where your love and light comes out. That's where it honestly, that love and light that gives you strength. And it's impossible to get through even in the darkness without strength. Just one little thing beyond it. Even if you borrow it from somebody else. Good thing, you know, if you're borrowing it from somebody else, so give it love and light, give it a part of sharing it. And even borrowing it from somebody else, you have the choice to receive it back and let it be yours for you. So that way you can become stronger and find your focus and help raise the vibrations in this world, because it's what really easy. And those stories like this, and where my cancer story, that's my cancer story. I know that I'm going to have it. I know that I'm exactly where I am. That's where I'm supposed to be. But I also know that this is a mission for what we're supposed to be doing. It's part of our story. It's really important. I know that we're important. I know you're important. I know you are important. So with that, thanks for letting me share that. That was really hard for me to do. This cancer was really difficult, and like I said, I've been phased before. I'm actually going that I have it in other areas as well as a bunch of other health stuff that I'm going through. But like, you know, Casey had said to me before, he described a lot of the hard stuff that I've been going through, you know, like the fight, the demonic that would happen during the accident. All that does is put me up. I can land and get depressed, whatever, but instead I'm like, let's fight, let's go. Come on, bitches, let's go. Because I know the strength of where it's supposed to go. So that was a bit of my sharing on that. If you guys have any feedback of stuff that you've been going through, I'd love to hear what you were going through, any areas of extra concentration or love and light. Let us know. We're happy to share. Really, you're not alone. Thanks for tuning in with us. We appreciate you watching. We'll
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Yep, we'll see you next time in Love and Light.